just wanted to give you a brief description of the episode today. The episode today, it starts with some thoughts that are going through my mind before my practice this morning or during my practice, and then I go into a little bit of, I guess I'll say a guide, but more so just walking you through my practice. And if you are interested in just skipping to the part where I'm guiding the practice, it happens around the 8-minute mark. Alright, hope you enjoy. So I wanted to do something a little bit different in this episode, and I'd love to hear your feedback on it. So if you're part of the Facebook group for the Mindful Place Meditation Center, leave your comments or any questions you might have, or you can email me at james@themindfulplace.net. What I wanted to do in this episode is try to do something a little more organic, meaning in some of my other episodes I might come up with an idea and then write down some notes for that idea and then read it. And actually, as you can hear in the background, maybe there is a lot of noise. It's 7 o'clock on Monday here where I am, and that is the time when the people come and they clean the dumpster. They're lifting the dumpster up with their truck, and so it makes a lot of noise on a Monday morning. But thank you to those guys for the hard work they do, and we'll just have to bear with it. And in this episode, I wanted to talk about what's going through my mind during my practice and how my practice works. So yesterday I made a commitment, or I set an intention to wake up today and practice. And my alarm went off at 6:30, and the first thing that goes through my mind is I don't want to get up. And I thought of all the reasons why I could go back to bed. I'm tired. I could just reset the alarm to 7 o'clock, 7:30. I didn't get enough sleep. But really, what a lot of this practice comes down to is a commitment. And I made this commitment to wake up. And I think it also comes from, it might have been Tony Robbins, but one of these personal development speakers, or I guess coaches, whatever that you want to call them, they talked about how to get past this. If you set a goal in the morning and you wake up, or at any time, and there are thoughts in your mind that are sort of getting in the way, or maybe telling you to do something else besides this intention or goal that you set. It's a matter of recognizing them and acting very quickly to work towards your intention. So when I wake up in the morning and my first thought is okay, I had set this intention to go meditate, and then the other thoughts start creeping in, I'm a little tired, or I could just sleep for another 30 minutes, or I don't really need to meditate because I meditated yesterday, or whatever little thoughts start coming in. I think of a comedian. His last name is Birbiglia. I forget his first name. It might be Mike. And he talks about how there are two versions of himself in the morning. There's who he really is, maybe the person that comes up with these ideas of goals, he has to get up and go to work and go to class. And then there's what he identified as Sleepy Carl, and it's this other person that kind of comes to life when we are just getting out of sleep, and they'll tell you anything to get you to go back to bed. So my version of Sleepy Carl was saying things like, you meditated yesterday, or you're going to meditate tomorrow, or it's not important right now, or whatever, or sleep is more important. But then there's the other thought, my original thought, my intention which was to get up and meditate. So part of this practice is sticking with these intentions that we have set and the discipline. There's an element of discipline involved in this practice. And I think that's the part that not a lot of people want to hear about, because they hear meditation and mindfulness and they think it means relaxation, and they want to just be relaxed, like going to get a massage or something. It's like not effort that you're putting in. But that's not really what this practice is. This practice is much more about changing the way our brains work through repetition of practice and commitment and effort. I mean, there's also the element of balancing this with not trying to exert too much effort, but that's not really what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about is the side of the coin where there is this commitment, there is this discipline involved. And it's sort of like the commitment we might have to make to exercising in the morning. I'm pausing because I hear the birds chirping in the background. See if you can hear. And it's just nice to recognize that it is spring has started and there's new transition happening. So it's nice to just stop and feel that transition happening in the world around me. But yeah, so I wanted to talk you all through my ideas, kind of like this organic process of what is going through my mind in the morning. How do I get through my practice? How does my personal practice work? And then what I want to do is continue this by doing my practice. And I'll start in a few minutes practicing as if I was going to practice on my own. But I'll just sort of share intermittently what is going on through my mind while I'm practicing, as maybe like a guide for you all of how my practice works in my mind, what is happening. Now keep in mind that I've been practicing for probably 8 years, 9 years, and my practice is, I guess you can use the word advanced. I don't like the word, but it just means I've been practicing for years. So it might be different than your practice, but I'm just trying to give you some insight as to what is happening organically in my mind, in my body, when I'm practicing. So I'm in my den. I have a towel laid down in front of me underneath my knees. I also have a towel underneath my feet. I'm sitting on 2 cushions, and my knees are on the ground, my butt is against the 2 cushions, and my feet are on the ground. The tops of my feet are on the ground. So if you can imagine that position. But in order to give me some support, so that the tops of my feet and the tops of my toes aren't just right up against the carpet, which if I sit for long periods like that, it will hurt, I put a towel, like I roll it up and put it underneath my feet, so there's cushion. And I also fold up a towel, put it underneath my knees, so there's cushion there. And this allows me to sit for longer periods of time. And I'm sitting with my back straight. My hands are on my like knee area or my thighs. Sometimes I'll have my hips, my hands on in my waist, like one hand in the other. And I usually will start by just tuning into breathing. And there's a lot of noise I could hear the birds chirping by me. I don't know if you could hear them through the microphone, but there's also cars passing, and before there was the truck lifting the dumpster. So there's always going to be this noise that's happening. So I sort of immediately tuned into it because my alternative would be to be in opposition to this sound, and I found that hasn't got me anywhere. So I'm just tuning into my breath and sounds and the world happening around me. And being with the reality that I am this being that is also happening. So around this part, the idea comes into my mind, what type of practice is this going to be? What I mean is there are a lot of different types of practice that I've learned. A lot of different styles, body scan, Vipassana, just sitting, dog zen, thinking practice, breathing practice. And I'm deciding what type of practice will this be? And I try to listen to the inherent wisdom in me that knows what type of practice I need. And then I come to focus on my breathing. And maybe it's because something in me knows that this is what I need right now. The only thing I can think of is my mind has been busy. I've been thinking of a lot. And the breath is a way to come to. Focus. So I'll just settle into my breathing. And what's coming to mind now is remember to enjoy. Like it's possible to enjoy. The world is spinning. People are continuing to live. There's busyness. There's people opening up their shops. When I open the window, I can smell the bagels and the bacon from the bagel store across the street. If I look out the window, I see people opening up their shops, and I see the routine of the human being. Sort of like a beaver who creates their dam. This is just what they're doing in their life, and we're not really all that different. And I'm just recognizing that I'm part of this. And that this experience is bigger than the thoughts that come up in my mind. So when I wake up and I feel like, oh, I don't feel like commuting to work today, or I don't feel like exercising, or the thing that person said to me last week made me angry. Like, it's so much bigger. Our experience is so much bigger than this concentrated experience of our thoughts, positive or negative. So I'm sort of just sitting in the awareness of this bigger space. How I am a part of this bigger organism, that the world, the universe, is living and breathing, and I'm a part of it, like a leaf on a tree. Like, I am not the tree, I am just one part. So now I'm just sitting in this awareness of, I guess I'd say, interconnection, and that who I am, or who I think I am, is bigger. And to continue the image of a leaf, if a leaf is hanging on a tree, the wind comes, blows the leaf in one direction or the other, and when it's time for winter, the leaf changes colors, and then maybe it falls, and then maybe the wind takes it into a river and flows down the river, goes down a waterfall, and it just has this journey, but it's not in opposition to its journey. Because how can it be? And what has been helpful to me in my practice is to live this way. Like, not in opposition to my journey, to this existence. So about now I'm starting to think or remember, right, this is why I meditate. Because what I'm experiencing in my body, in my mind, is more connection to this greater being. And I feel more ease. So I'm remembering, right, this is why I wake up, to meditate. And I try to lock this memory into my brain so that the next time I'm coming up with ideas as to why I don't need to meditate, I can hopefully remember this feeling. So I'm going to continue to sit probably for another 10 or 20 minutes. And you all can do the same. But I'll stop the recording now. And I'll let you just have this time in silence if you choose to. And as I said in the beginning, I'd love to hear your reactions to this type of recording. Is this something that works for you all? You can post comments on the Facebook group or directly to my email, james@themindfulplace.net. And really, I'm trying to bring value to all of you, and I've been asking questions like on the Facebook group or on my email chain, what is it that you all want? I haven't been getting a lot of responses, so I'm trying my best to give you all what you want. So if you could let me know, that'd be great. Or if what I'm bringing you all is really working for you, let me know that as well, just so I know. All right. Have a good day.